Okay, and we're back in the cave, continuing with the First Amendment. Amendment 1 reads that Congress shall make no law representing an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Very important, because some people are doing that right now. And some of those who just happen to be there are dead. So this is pretty damn serious. And then to cover the Second Amendment in brief, the Second Amendment, what is it? It is the right to keep and bear arms. To be specific, at the time this was written, a lot of people argue that the arms were musket rifles. That is partially accurate. There were quite a few other weapons at the time. There were cannons. There were sidearm 6-shooter pistols. There were single shot load pistols and rifles. There was quite a few weapons at the time. I've heard people say today in argument that it did not include certain weapons. That's okay. We have nowadays, modern times, we have specifically military grade weapons versus what would be considered hunting weapons, civilian target practice weapons, all these different grades of weapons. Unfortunately, they all fall into the same category of you can kill someone with them. That's, you can't really argue that. So that's important. Remember that. Who is the Second Amendment for? Individuals. That's you. Historically tied to militias. Now, I'm not a buff on this. I didn't study it too much, but a militia is a group, I believe, in place to protect people or the government or a group or a town or a city or a country. It's a group of military or militant people with weapons to do what they're supposed to do. That's it. Why do we have the Second Amendment? To allow self-defense and resist oppression. For all lawful purposes is why we have arms privately owned. For all lawful purposes. Very important. Remember that. So, moving on, I think I have time for the Third Amendment here. I'm going to get the second one in. It's short. Amendment 2, U.S. Constitution, 1791. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Can't touch it. Hands off. Third Amendment, 1791. What is the Third Amendment? No forced quartering of soldiers in private homes. Who does this apply to? Homeowners. If you have a house and you have soldiers staying with you. Why did this Third Amendment get put in place? And it was a reaction to British abuses before the Revolution. You got to do some search on that, some history. I don't know that it really applies necessarily to our current time in history, but it's definitely important, and it was kept in there for a few reasons. Amendment 3. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Almost as if maybe the soldier has to get a warrant in order to be in your house. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Do I have time? I have time here for the fourth, I think. Let's see. Yeah. So the Fourth Amendment is really important right now in the U.S., 2026. Also, in 1791. What is the Fourth Amendment? It is the protection from unreasonable searches and seizures. No one can just walk in your home, A, without your permission, B, without a warrant. And that warrant is a whole nother ball of wax, but it's pretty specific if you want to look into it. Who is the Fourth Amendment for? Individuals. That's you. Why? To stop arbitrary government intrusion. Memorize it. Post it on your wall in your house. You can put it on your front door if you want. We might need to do that soon. Maybe now might be good. Yeah. Okay, so Fourth Amendment. I've got a few seconds here. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. I really, really hope we can do better. We got to keep educating ourselves and each other and the world. Transparency, solidarity, love. Be right back.